We all agree masking works. We need to stay the course.
Physical distancing can limit the spread of COVID-19.
And so can limiting gathering sizes. Benton and Franklin counties, we know it's a big ask this holiday season.
We must do this if we want to reduce the spread of disease and find our way back to some normalcy.
We recognize that our businesses are suffering.
Our community is suffering as well, primarily due to job loss.
And related mental health issues due to the loss of employment.
To protect our local community and our economy, we need to get back to work. We need to wear our mask. We need to sanitize our areas. We need to keep washing our hands, not go out when we're sick, stay home when it's at all possible. But for our mental health, we need a little social as well.
Without in-person dining, it's going to be very hard for us to maintain through the winter.
Our sales have dropped at least 80%. And that is really hard to operate. I don't think I can continue to operate much longer like this, and I'm sure I'm not the only one in the Tri-Cities.
My wife and I, we haven't taken an income since May, but we've kept our employees working, and that's been through the help of the government programs. But with this latest closure, we can't survive without any safety net.
A lot of our long-term employees that we've had here 15 plus years have been laid off with no work.
We have had to lay off staff, and we're down at least 50%. When we're fully operational, we will have 13, 14 people. We've laid off 7 people currently. In the status that we're in, we have 6 employees.
I think for the first time in 4 years, I'm going to be late on my rent this month. And that's really hard to think of because this job has provided me with the ability to pay my rent.
According to the American Psychological Association, the mental health impacts of today's job losses are likely to be significant, given a large body of research showing that unemployment is linked to anxiety, depression, and loss of life, among other negative outcomes. Mental health, physical health, and financial health are tied to jobs. Relatedly, food, shelter, and the ability to afford health care are all tied to employment, loss of which can adversely impact mental health.
Nationally, we've seen a rise in domestic violence as a side effect to the COVID restrictions.
We believe anxiety over job loss and isolation is also contributing to an increase in suicide risk. Our community is not immune to these stresses.
As a co-responder working within law enforcement, I have seen a significant increase in the severity of symptoms that are occurring within our population. For individuals who are struggling with chronic mental illness, they are having a hard time reaching their providers. Many of the local providers have switched to telehealth, which can cause a lot of barriers for people who have severe mental illness. Many of the homeless population and chronically mentally ill do not trust using phones or do not have access to phones in order to get their prescribers to give them the appropriate medication. Without the appropriate medication, many of our clients are struggling to meet their needs and maintain their stability.
We need to control this disease. It's very real.
Wearing masks, physical distancing, and limiting gathering sizes is very necessary.
Residents of Benton and Franklin counties, we need you all to do your part in being good neighbors and following the safety protocols this busy holiday season.
We know you're tired.
We are too.
Please continue to do the things that we know work. Wear your mask, social distance, and wash your hands.
Practice social distancing and limit the size of your gatherings to reduce the spread of this disease.
Governor Inslee, I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
Governor Inslee, our community leaders have successfully worked with you and your office to safely open up businesses during this pandemic. We are seeking your continued partnership and asking that you please allow our businesses to operate utilizing prescribed safety protocols, approving indoor operations at previous Phase 2 capacities.
Help us save our local economy.
Our local businesses.
Our local jobs.
Our dreams.
Our mental, physical, and financial health.
Our wellness.
Our quality of life.
Governor Inslee, we hope to hear back from you soon on how we can safely reopen our community.